all love to watch epic fails, but is the quest to make the next viral video pushing some thrill seekers too far? You're about to see what it's like to live through a moment of crisis with a camera on, and what happens to friends on an adventure that takes a life-threatening turn. Here's ABC's David Wright.
Ready, set, go. Oh man! Woo! Woo!
It must have seemed like a good idea at the time.
Ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
A natural slide down a glacier in Utah.
Oh no!
Good, clean fun for these 21-year-old human toboggans.
I survived. Oh no!
Catching the scene on camera from all angles.
I'm a big believer in making memories. You know, you only live one stage of life at a time once.
It's always good to have a camera on you just in case something unexpected happens.
The quest for glory driven in part by the hope to share the video on social media.
I have to admit that I think the GoPro pushes me or pushes everyone to do things that maybe they wouldn't. It does like nudge you a little to want to try things a little more because it's going to be on film. You're going to be able to look back and be like, wow, I can't believe I did that.
All well and good until
Randall just fell.
one of them finds out this is not just a frozen water slide.
I'm coming, dude! Relax. What hurts? What'd you hit?
Randall Reese curled up in the fetal position, his face and his ankle torn apart by the ice.
Okay, tell me if your back hurts.
I think I probably broke my...
Then, as his buddies try to come to his aid,
Speedy!
Aaron Speedy goes a little too speedily over a cliff. That's him, hurtling down over rocks and brush.
Bro, you okay? Call an ambulance.
Before we hear any more about them, it's worth pointing out they have already, at this point, joined a YouTube category they didn't want to be in. Call them GoPro Epic Fails, a search term that brings up any number of blood-curdling scenarios, the agony of defeat for real.
I think that if people with GoPro didn't have a huge audience, I think maybe they wouldn't be taking as much of a risk.
These small mounted cameras have brought us to new heights as daredevils put them to the test, often testing the simplest principle in physics. What goes up must come down. Base jumper Joby Ogwin has made a career out of this. I guess the big question is, why? He gives the classic mountain climber response, because it's there.
It really is the feeling of being like Superman. To be able to fly wherever you want, you just think, I want to go over there, and boom, you do it.
He's a pro. The problem is, kids do try this stuff at home.
Pushing the envelope and trying to be funnier or trying to be more dangerous or trying to do something that would be a wow factor more than your peer because other people will watch it.
Austrian skydiver Felix Baumgartner took it to a whole new level with his jump from that platform in space. Sponsored by Red Bull, a dizzying drop 24 miles down into the New Mexico desert. But it turns out the unmanned, unplanned version of this type of feat can be just as entertaining. This small camera, dropped out of an airplane, spins like a top all the way down, finally landing with a thud in the mud. The pigs apparently none the wiser to what almost just hit him. Check out this amateur Evel Knievel as he tries to jump his Mini between two ramps, showing the driver's perspective as the vehicle comes down just short of the ramp. Tumbling down the fairway, you can almost hear every bruise.
I think GoPro has a potential to show up in a lot of different venues. I mean, this is a demographic of kids that are taking risks, and that's why parents absolutely need to have this issue on their radar screen.
Which brings us back to the Utah boys and their Glacier Slide.
I was definitely scared. I just didn't think I was going to stop, so it was pretty frightening. And all I was doing was just yelling for Devin. I was like, Devin, I need your help. Like, I'm hurting. And it was definitely a comfort to have Devin there.
Relax.
Devin Pfister, the only one of the three who did not suffer injuries.
Dude, here, take my shirt.
He gave Randall the shirt off his back to keep warm while they waited for the medevac to come.
Randall! This is gonna be a hell of a story!
A story captured on camera.
It's still got the dirt on it and everything.
This thing almost caught you guys dying.
Randall broke his cheekbone and needed 23 stitches. Aaron sprained an ankle, but nothing was broken.
Randall's a
What did they learn watching it all over again?
These are the cliffs. You can see how big the rocks are.
Those?
Yeah, you hit those, dude, and you went flying.
Looking at the footage, I was able to see that no matter how young or old we are not invincible.
Dude, these are the rocks you went over.
I had no idea you were in trouble. I was just gonna go see where you were.
And looking at that was kind of an eye-opener for me. To be able to reflect and to see that dangerous things do happen, and if you're not careful and if you're not keeping track of what you're doing, you could end up hurt.
It seemed like a good idea at the time. They're just lucky they lived to tell the tale. I'm David Wright for Nightline in Los Angeles.